wasn't for fun, guy. Life couldn't survive. He is the one that we.
Alright, so before I get started, I need to go on record so I don't get any strikes. This video is for educational purposes only. There is no drug content, there is no regulated goods, there is nothing in this video that YouTube, you should be giving me any strikes for. No regulated goods, no drug content, no medical information, no medical misinformation according to you. Nothing in this video should give you any reason to strike my channel down. So with that said, let's get started. What's going on, everybody? So I'm doing another Lost Organics casting. Picked some mushrooms out of somebody's front yard the other day. These ones were tiny. I'm gonna try to get some copper to flow down through those holes. I would use silver, but there's some nasty icky shit in there, and honestly there's some pretty big cracks in my mold. I don't want to risk having a mess with my silver, so what I'm going to do now is take that sand, fill all the way around here, and I'm going to take some more and fill in here on the sides, so hopefully that will stop any molten copper from spreading through these cracks and hitting the can. And I'll build up a little wall around here so it's just a little space showing right there. After that, I'll have my furnace fired up, get some copper melted down, and I'll probably screw this whole thing up. So let's see what happens next. So basically I'm just going to dump that sand. It's just burnt Petrobond. I got a lot of it. About 6 years worth. I did waste about 10 pounds trying to reconstitute it with used motor oil. And I tried some more with gear oil. And I tried some with some 30 weight. Nothing worked. I still haven't figured it out. People have told me, yeah, you can reconstitute it, but nobody knows how. So after I'm done filling that up, I'll take this thing right here. And carefully do one of these numbers. Quite a bit of it is going to fall down in between the plaster and the can because the plaster shrank. I guess you can add pumice or really fine silica sand to the plaster to stop that from happening. I don't want to spend any money. It's also why I don't use investment casting. It's going to help fill in any cracks. Alright, I'll bring you back in a little while. Alright, I got that all prepped. Still got to fill in a little bit around here, but other than that, I'm going to be heating up some copper. And as long as my furnace don't shit the bed, then we're going to hopefully create something cool. I know I shouldn't say such things, but it's been acting up. And this was my backup. My my other tabletop, yeah, I don't know what happened. A week after I bought my backup, my first one crapped out on me, which is usually how it goes. That's what I get for buying a backup. All right, hold on, let's see here. All right, cross your fingers. See what I mean? Look at her go. That is going to be hot when it comes up the temperature. Got a little bit of copper in there. I didn't even bother weighing how much I got in there. That's not going to take much. As a matter of fact, I may have a little bit of leftover. And if I do, I don't know. I'll just pour it all. Create a bigger base, I guess. I should stop fucking with that. Okay. We'll see what happens next. We're up to temp, and we got some molten copper in the furnace. So we're going to drop this down to 0. And get the pouring. Got my safety shades on. Got gloves. That's a spicy meatball right there. Well, it took it all, which ultimately just tells me that the plaster was filled with cracks, and I just lost all my copper in the cracks. Because there was a few ounces in there, and I don't think it should have really taken that much. There was a lot of dross in there I didn't bother scraping off. That's hot. In the words of Paris Hilton, that's hot. Well, I just pulled it out of the main clump of plaster, and this is looking very, very promising. I will be absolutely thrilled. Now, I can see a little bit of flashing here, and that's what I was about to get at. I will be absolutely filled if this thing isn't completely filled with flashing. So right now I'm going to get another glove on my hands and start poking at the plaster in this thing. Hold on. Pause. Alright. A little bit of room. I just cracked my plastic tub with water. That's not great. Oh shit, don't hit the hot furnace, dummy. Can you see? Now, YouTube, whoever the hell has been, whoever's in control of watching this shit, I am not showing anything illegal. I'm not showing any controlled substances. I'm not showing any regulated substances. I'm not giving any medical advice. Leave me the fuck alone and let me make my art, please, without striking down my shit. YouTube has knocked down so many of my videos, and this is all I do. This is it. Maybe I need to just start giving like verbal comments saying this is for educational purposes only. Don't pick mushrooms out of the woods. They're poisonous. They can kill you. Don't touch mushrooms. They're dangerous. This fucking YouTube's got me nuts. I got a little bit of water down here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How are we looking? Check it out. Casted a cluster. Oh, this is too funny. Alright. Check out this one right here. The stem didn't fill out. It's just kind of suspended. Connected to the other one by a little bit of flashing right there, which I guess I'm going to leave. That's cool. I'm digging it. I'm going to dip this thing in muriatic acid, and that's going to get all of the plaster out of there and hopefully leave the color, because I really like the color. That's awesome. This is copper. You can't really tell. Probably because, I don't know, maybe the oils or something. There's no oil in plaster of Paris. And if there was, I incinerated it out because I made sure that the entire plaster mold was glowing red hot before I took it out. Even the gills came out. Fucking sweet. Later on, I'm going to create a little bit of a base for this, which will be real simple. I'll just sink the whole thing in sand with nothing but that submerged. Pour molten copper over the top of it, and it'll catch on to the little shit right there, and it'll all become one with the base. That is sweet. Alright, I'm going to go dip this thing in muriatic acid. And I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Well, I really didn't want to put it in here because I wanted to save the color. But the muriatic acid kind of wiped the red, the dark red away. The original color that it came out of the plaster in. I dunked it in the muriatic acid, got all the plaster out of it, and it looked pretty good until I went to neutralize it, and it created some sort of like green, I don't know, oxidization, like some sort of green slime or something on it. The only way I was able to get that off is to put it in more muriatic acid. Then I neutralized it again, and I still couldn't get all that fucking green shit off of it, so I I'm dropping it in the tumbler and hopefully it'll take care of it. You can still see just a little bit of a remnant. So hopefully that'll take care of it. But hold on. Zoom out. Not great, but not horrible. Hey, check this out while I'm sitting here with the tumbler. Now, it does have a lid, but this tool right here is probably one of the greatest tools in my arsenal for my art casting, my metal art casting. Tumble Vibe. It's a five-pound tumbler. I got this from a buddy of mine. He actually gifted this to me because, well, he wanted to support me. This came from a local buddy of mine, and this thing came out of his shop. He had 2 of them, and this is brand new, old stock. This thing is literally from the 80s. I got it in a moldy cardboard box, but this is way better than any brand new vibratory tumbler that you're going to get today, including from the same brand. Now, if you got one brand new, yours is going to be made in China. This one's new old stock, made in the USA, baby. If anybody is interested, he does have one more. It is for sale, and I think he's asking either 130 or 150. Ultimately, he's willing to let it go for the price of a brand new one that you would find on the shelf today. Like I said, this thing, greatest tool in my arsenal as far as I'm concerned. I did have to buy the steel shot for it, but I love this thing. It's covered with plaster of Paris, because when I'm doing my molds, I'll throw the lid on, and while it's vibrating, I'll set my wet plaster right on top of it, and it forces all of the air bubbles in my plaster up and out. But I don't need it on right now, so I'm gonna pull it back off. Yeah, if anybody wants one of these, let me know and I can make arrangements to get it sent to you. The box set it comes in, it's gonna be old as fuck. May have a little bit of leftover mold on it, but we can toss the box if you want. But again, brand new, old stock, worth its weight in gold. There's been times where I forgot about this thing and just left it running. The piece of silver that was in it, oh boy, did it come out shiny. Put one hell of a polish on it. That's cleaning that up pretty quickly. I'm not going to leave that in there much longer. Alright, here it is all cleaned up. I think it came out looking pretty decent. I was expecting a bunch of flashing in between all the stems and coming out off the caps, because that plaster mold did not look great. But I am thrilled with how this turned out. Now, this mushroom right here, the stem didn't fill out. Like, I poured in from up top, well, from the bottom, and the copper flowed down and in, but it looks like it filled the cavity on that cap. Which one is it? Not that cap. On this cap. but it fell short to fill that stem. Other than that, looks pretty good. The only thing holding this little mushroom on right here is that little piece of flashing. I left that little piece of flashing in between the two mushrooms because it's not connected to this one, or that one, or that one, or that one. So it's hanging on there, but you can see there are gaps in between those mushrooms. Very, very thin, but you can see it in there. But yeah, I love how this came out. This will be going in the collection and eventually gifted to someone else in the mycology community. Alright, much love everyone. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to y'all soon.